organic and authentic information that would help you as a government to combat insecurity. Let's quickly go into some of that pointer that I'm raising tonight, because there is no way you can fight insecurity without your citizen playing a vital role. And that is the role that many organizations and many security outfits that have been set up within Nigeria and within each of our states. So, Iru Ekun, let me pronounce it properly. For those of you that do not understand Yoruba, Iru Ekun is just one out of many other security outfits that have been established under the law in Nigeria. And Iru Ekun, established as a security outfit, not as a threat to any ethnic groups within Nigeria, not as a compromise to the government, not as an armed group like the terrorists that are terrorizing every part of Nigeria. Iru Ekun is just more as having a supporting to what has been established. Some might ask the question, do we really need another security outfit? But before we go into that, I want us to go back to something that happened in 2005. And this is for those of us that love to listen to this platform. Please share Power Tap. We're live on many channels, but our videos are copyright. Please do not download and keep it on your channel, but do share the link and allow people to listen, and you can take some of the points that we are raising. There was something that changed United Kingdom security architect for a very long time, and this was something that happened being today the 7th, but in 2005. Many of you must have heard about the London bombing. How many people ever heard of such, information? If you have not, this is an opportunity for you to know that something occurred that took away lives and destroyed properties. Till today, questions are still being asked against the government on why, what happened, what was the reason why we could not stop it. Can President Bola Tinubu on his own and his government stop terrorists in Nigeria, kidnapping? The answer will be no. But can President Bola Ahmed Tinubu use many other individuals and security architects to support this government? Yes. And we know that the current DSS DG made that known to us, that we need all to be vigilant within each of our state and our local government, so that we can be able to protect each one within each of our local government. I'll come up to that later on. Let's come back to London, the capital city of United Kingdom, where a lot of transactions in their trillions of dollars go through every day, where people live their daily lives without thinking that there will be an attack from terrorism in London. Not that it cannot happen, but many questions that have been asked is how, why, and who are those behind it. Now, if I go back to the summary, without going too much into all the full details, because we are not discussing United Kingdom, we are discussing Nigeria, but the southwest part of Nigeria, that Chief Sunday Igboho has made it known that he would not sit behind the scene while Yoruba people are being killed, kidnapped, ransomed, and raped. And he is also giving kudos and support to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that is why Igboho have said it clearly that President Tinubu for second term. President Tinubu must continue, because if the coup that the northern part of the country were going to ignite has been successful, many of us will have been in a different situation today, and Igboho might not have been able to return back to Nigeria from exile. But we are grateful once again that the coup d'etat did not become successful, but the threat of the terrorism, banditry, kidnapping is still ongoing at full scale across Nigeria. On the 7th of July 2005, Islamic terrorists, please take note of that word, Islamic terrorists, carried out four coordinated suicide bombing targeting commuters traveling on the London public transport during what we called the morning rush hour. The attacks are sometimes known as the 7/7 bombing, or simply known as 7/7. If you are Nigerian and you've never heard of this before, I am telling you again that in 2005, let's quickly calculate, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. That's about approximately almost about, how many years is that? 2005 till today. You're looking at about almost some years. And we still remember it as it happened yesterday. Even though what I'm telling you now happened in 2005. But it still feels like it happened today, 11 years ago. Thank you so much. For those that are with me in mind, spirit, and really want to know, why are we still being attacked, and why Igboho is now the subject of the Fulani with the governor of Oyo State to bring him down. I will come back to that. How many people died during this 7/7 attack? Remember, it's a terrorist attack. It was not just a child's play. 21 years ago. Thank you so much for the correction. Please, let's get the fact so that we are not putting the wrong information. I almost say that was wrong. It is 21 years ago. 21 years ago. If you were born in Nigeria in 2005, while they were giving back to you, terrorists was attacking London, where I have lived for the last 30 years. Because I came into United Kingdom in 1998. And I witnessed it because I could have been caught up in that London buses, because I do take buses, and one of the routes that was attacked was my route going out at frequent. So when Igboho is coming out to defend the land, the ancestral land of Yoruba part, it does not mean that Igboho is against any groups within Yoruba land. Igboho is against any kind of terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, ransom within Yoruba land, known as the southwest part of Nigeria. Let's quickly clear out the July 2005. Some of you that are not in the clear known that what Igboho is doing today, if Igboho was here in the UK and he has that kind of strength, he would have been supported by the government. They must have even put him within the MFI to help more. Because Igboho is just an extraordinary human being. Whether you agree with the word extraordinary or not is entirely up to you. I am not talking about the power that he has got, but I am talking about how he has been created to have the strong heart of a lion. to come out and say enough is enough, but is not against individuals or the ethnic groups, whether they are minority or not. What Igboho says is, you will not stay in our Oyo Forest Park. You will not stay in our forest in Ondo State. You will not stay in Kwara State Forest, in Kogi State Forest, Ogun State Forest, within the boundary of Lagos State. You will not stay in Osun State Forest, in Ekiti State Forest, and kidnap Yoruba people, because it is not the Fulani people that have been kidnapped. We are coming there. I just want us to clear out that there is no government that can protect you alone if you as a citizen do not speak out against certain injustice, especially when it comes to terrorism. But the UK government failed us, just as the Nigerian government in the past has failed us. Because when Muhammadu Buhari was alive, he came to Ibadan to say it clearly to the governor, as at the time, I'm not talking about presently now, when he was the president. Buhari came to Ibadan to speak on behalf of the Fulani, and he was very ready to make sure that he will come back, according to Buba Garua, that says that the reason why they brought back Muhammadu Buhari was because Kwara State was going out of their hands and they needed Buhari to become the president, even though we know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu today supported Buhari to be the president, but not to support to wipe out the southwest part of Nigeria. But we know how the game was played coming up to the election. When the money was changed, Buhari decided not to endorse and support Tinubu. We'll come back to that. On the 7th of July, I have told you that if you were born in 2005, this is not a story. This is a fact that London was attacked, just as Oyo State is being attacked, Ondo State, the Owo massacre is being attacked, Ekiti State, the CAC, spent 69 days. I'm talking about people that were kidnapped. 69 days. Some of them have become dry to their bones. This is not a content that we are producing here. This is to tell you that what Igboho is going through today, by trying to stop this, happened in London in 2005. Even though you would think that it might not have happened. But UK, with all their intelligence, failed to stop it. Even though evidence were there, pictures were there, that there were some groups of young Islamic jihadists that traveled on a British passport back to some countries, well trained on how to use explosive, returned back to London, where they have lived with us and eventually killed 52 people. So when some Yoruba people are coming up and say, oh, some Fulanis are good, yes, you can say that. But who are those that are being kidnapped on a daily basis? Are they the Fulanis? Are we saying that the Fulanis are the one being kidnapped, or the Yoruba people, or the Hausa people, or the Igbo people, or the Edo people? Who are those that are being kidnapped every now and then? Are we saying that Fulani kidnap Fulani people? Have you ever heard that in Nigeria? That Fulani people have just gone out to kidnap another Fulani people? I think it's time now that Yoruba people that are younger generation should start understanding the fact away from the rumors. Because Igboho is not an enemy to anyone, not the Yoruba, not the Igbo, not even the Fulanis, and not even the Hausas. Igboho is against the injustice to try to bring down this government using terrorism. How can we say that in Oyo State today, we do not know the operation of what is happening in the Oyo Forest Park, and we have a sitting governor, chief of staff, chief security of the state? How can we say that what took place in Bodija is now a fact. That the bomb explosion that took place in Bodija that was covered up has now led to innocent Yoruba people, not Fulanis, kidnapped. I want you to remember, Yoruba people, Nigerians, but Yoruba were the ones that were kidnapped in Orire local government in Oyo State. Why did they not go back and attack and kidnap the Fulani that are living in Oyo State? But I'm sure the Fulani that are coming out today questioning and asking Seyi Makinde to come and talk to Igboho, a Yoruba man with a tribal mark from one of the best places on earth as a black man, that they should arrest him, they should pin him down, and then they should come and jail him. This is what Buhari did to Igboho. And we are grateful that the current administration is a Nigerian, but from the Yoruba side, and he understands that politics will not be played on the lives of the Yoruba people. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, known as Koikimedia, and the official spokesperson of Dr. Sunday Igboho, Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, known as Igboho. 3 terrorists separately detonated. I want you to understand, detonated. How did they get to know about explosive? How are the terrorists known as the Fulani able to have access to well-equipped, graded military equipment? We know that they've been able to invade the military barracks on many occasions. That is number one. We have evidence that they have been able not just only to be having access to helicopters that are dropping weapons, but also taking them out for some kind of operation, whether training or whether for treatment. But here in London, on the 7th of July 2005, 21 years ago precisely today, this time 21 years ago in 2005, the whole of United Kingdom, mostly London, was on a complete lockdown. This is what Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde should have done while we are aware that people were being kidnapped. The whole Oyo State should have been on a complete lockdown, and we can surround those that have kidnapped and be able to approach them with the help of the federal government, the state government, and people like Chief Sunday Igboho. But we now understand that Seyi Makinde doesn't want Igboho to be involved in the rescue of these Orire citizens that are Nigerians. And the question is why? What are we playing politics for against human lives? Why is a PDP man against a Yoruba man? Why is an APC man against a Yoruba man in the southwest of Nigeria? Because the kidnap did not happen in a Fulani community. Why did the Fulani not go to the Seriki Aba, as is known, within the Yoruba side, where they have resided, they have lived, they have worked, according to those that say Igboho is the one attacking them? Why is it that they didn't go all the way there and kidnap their people and take them to the forest? And we can then start talking and say, oh, we let them, please release them. Why is it that it was the Yoruba community that this Fulani went into in a school? 3 different schools were attacked. Why not in their Fulani community? Why is it that it was taking place in the Yoruba community? It shows that there is some human forces trying not just to only bring President Bola Tinubu government down, as they did with Jonathan, but also to put pain and havoc and fear in the lives of an average Yoruba man that is a Nigerian citizen. And this is where Igboho says it will not happen on his doorsteps. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Please share the program and let's get as many people in and let's increase the numbers. please like so that this video can be recommended. It is not for attacking any ethnic group. It is being produced tonight, which is the 7/7/2026, the 21 years ago of the what we know as the London bombing, at exactly almost 11:15 p.m. from my headquarters in London. And I am speaking tonight on behalf of my principal, where I put my loyalty with him 24/7. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI once again. I am also using this medium to my new followers from Slovakia and those of you that have met me recently in London, that this is what I do apart from what you know me to do. Thank you so much if you're listening tonight. I pray for the family of those that have lost their lives 21 years ago. The British citizen, some of them are English, while some of them are non-English, but they've lived there, they've worked here. 21 years ago was a terrible day in London that many of us will never forget. But there are many instances. Let's leave London alone because our focus is Nigeria. But I wanted many Yoruba people and Nigerians that are attacking Igboho to understand that in London, there was a big terrorist attack and 52 people died. If you have never heard of that before, now you're getting the fact. Let's come now out to listen to why is Fulani Macban putting a petition against Igboho. What has Igboho done again? What is the offense of Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho? Why is Igboho one person that the people that are scared of him do not want him to do? So by putting a petition to him, just as Buhari, the former president, attacked his resident, killed 2 innocent Nigerians that are Yoruba race and Yoruba from Yoruba ethnic ethnic groups, and also destroyed. Till date, the court awarded Igboho some billions of naira. It has not yet been paid. Till date, we still don't have the bodies of these 2 individuals. Till date, the trauma that those that were taken away to Abuja are still going through. Till date, the psychological effect on the wives, the children of Chief Sunday Igboho. If what happened to Igboho on July 1st, 2021, happened to anyone in European country, they will be very grateful, in the sense that they would have to pay for damages for a very long time. The government of that European country will pay for a damage for a very long time. Because what Igboho experienced in his house at Soka, Ibadan, on the 1st of July 2021, I pray that none of you witness such. I pray that those of you that come out and speak ills of Igboho do not ever experience any of such. And I'm being honest with you. I pray that none of what Igboho experienced for the duration of the years he was in exile, none of you will experience it. I pray that everything Igboho has to go through, because he has put himself forward for the diligent work that others should have done. I pray that the years of the income lost by Igboho, you will never lose such an income. I pray that your properties, your wealth that you have worked hard in whatever ramification or ways will not be destroyed overnight in your eyes. And many more, that Igboho could not even sleep with his wife for 5 years. I'm sure some of you will not be able to hold that. Do you know what it feels like that Igboho's children that he would have traveled frequently to visit in the countries where they are residing, because Igboho's children are not in Nigeria. Do you know how many years that these children were asking their mothers, where is our father? What is it that our father has done to warrant this pain that we have to go through? Some of you don't understand, right? I am just sharing you because I am behind the scene. I know the feelings of the younger ones that will never allow their mother to sleep at night asking for their father. But we are grateful once again to President Patrick Talon, the ex-president of Benin Republic, for making sure that justice was served properly, even though Igboho had to suffer a lot by being handcuffed after Fulani government of former President Muhammadu Buhari advised that he should be kept in a place where they can pick him up as quickly as possible. But we are grateful that Professor Adebanji Akintoye and the team surrounding Igboho at the time make sure that Igboho was not taken to Abuja. A lot of us will have died if Buhari was able to pick Igboho from Benin Republic and take him to Abuja. It would have been the biggest error and the biggest thing that Yoruba people will ever have witnessed. I don't know how many of us will have coped. And this is why, after 5 years, President Tinubu, under all our traditional, first-class, well-preserved institution that we know has been corrupt because of the British way of how Nigeria has been put together. We're grateful to Oni of Ife. We're grateful to Alaafin. We're grateful to Deji of Akure. We're grateful to Oba Bariga. We're grateful to Alake of Egbaland. We are grateful to all our Yoruba kings, but we are especially most grateful to our father that Igboho served with all his heart during the time he was a governor of Oyo State. And that is why we are saying to Seyi Makinde that your tenure is coming to elapse very soon. And we hope that you will step the tone on Igboho slowly, because Igboho is not your enemy. Neither is Igboho the enemy of any Yoruba people across the southwest or in Nigeria precisely. Because Igboho served this man that has become the backbone of why Igboho returned back to Oyo State today. And that is our Oba Rashid Ladoja, the Olubadan of Ibadan. Kabisi, Kadepelori. We will be grateful to you forever. You will last long. I never knew that I know you, because your son and myself in London were close friends for many years. Only just less than a month now that I realized you were the father. Now I know that you were a good man, because your son, for the duration that I spent with him here in London, he was a good man. And today he's serving the Lord as well in a good humanity way. And I'm grateful for him that he came out from a good father. Igboho served Ladoja, and Ladoja paid back the price by making sure that Igboho will not live in exile while he is Olubadan of Ibadan. Seyi Makinde is not happy with such. Seyi Makinde is not pleased that he could not override the federal government on the return of Igboho. And you can look lately on the incident happening without naming anybody on this platform tonight, where a house was destroyed by Seyi Makinde, and the broadcaster was able to put the button together, and this individual has returned back. Seyi Makinde, you will leave the governorship very soon. It's just a matter of when and what time. And we pray for a good life for you, but your name will be remembered for many things in your state. That during your tenure, we shout out, we cried out, not on Igboho, on Fulani activities that have been savaging and taking out many Yoruba people. My question is, and I'm only asking a question on behalf of myself and many Yoruba people, are you a Fulani man, Engineer Seyi Makinde? Are you a Fulani man? Or are you serving Fulani against Yoruba people? Yes, we do understand the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We know that the Constitution says that every Nigerians have the right to leave any part of Nigeria. But do they have the right to kill, kidnap, rape, and collect ransom from us because they want to live with us in Yoruba land known as the southwest of Nigeria? The question goes to those that surround Seyi Makinde, if they'll be able to give us an answer. Because we do not understand why Igboho is making effort. Igboho has not gone to anywhere within Oyo State than those in the forest should come out and be recognized by Oyo State governor and put them as either a citizen and tax them, or they will be dealt with according to the law of the state and the law of the federal government, even if it's not a perfect constitution. But rather, it seems that the backbone of the Fulanis is coming from Seyi Makinde, the current governor. I want us to quickly go through this particular Miyetti Allah petition against Sunday Igboho. Miyetti Allah cattle breeders, as you can see with their letterhead, was dated the 25th. His Excellency Engineer Oluseyi Abiodun Makinde, FNSA, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Governor's Office, Secretariat, Agodi Ibadan. Your Excellency, Sir, petition and complaint against threat of illegal quit and notice and request for intervention to preserve peace in Igboho Kingdom and the state at large. I humbly greet your Excellency and pray that the Almighty Allah continue to grant your wisdom, strength, and success as you pilot the affairs of our dear Oyo State. I wish to respectfully bring to your Excellency attention a development threatening the long-standing peaceful coexistence between Fulani settlers. I want you to take note of that word. These are settlers. They are not the original or the originator of the land. They've come in, they've been accepted as settlers, but we are now witnessing a threat to the indigenous people that are living on that land. Once again, as we say, Igboho is not your enemy. Igboho can never be your enemy. Number one, meeting at the Kabiyesi, meeting at the palace of Kabiyesi of Igboho on the 20th of June 2026. At the invitation of the palace of Kabiyesi of Igboho town, I and other Fulani stakeholders attended a peace meeting at the palace despite my ill health. I honor the invitation because of my commitment to I honor the invitation because of my commitment to peace. The division police officer, Igboho division, was also present. The issue of alleged kidnapping of 3 members of Igboho community was raised. During the matter, Mr. Sunday Igboho addressed the gathering and issued a 2-hour ultimatum for the release of the kidnapper victims, failing which he stated he would take a stand against us. He made accusations against Fulani community, attributing the act of our Fulani brothers. Prior agreement with security agencies and government officials. Your Excellency, prior to this meeting, we had already met with the executive chairman of Igboho local government, honorable members of the State House of Assembly representing the area, the DPO Igboho, and other relevant agencies. At that meeting, we all resolved to work together with security agencies to fish out any criminal element regardless of ethnicity. Sir, we are therefore concerned by the conclusion of the meeting that our children are the perpetrators without investigation by the relevant security authorities. Your Excellency, we, the Fulani community in Igboho, reassure you and the entire Oyo State government that we do not condone any form of criminality or lawlessness. We remain committed to cooperating fully with Nigerian police force and other security agencies to ensure peace and security. However, we will not accept threat or an illegal quick notice from any individual, no matter how highly placed, when the chief security officer of the local government and the DP of the local government are live and actively handling security matters. Such actions can only destabilize the peace we have enjoyed over the years. In view of the above, I must respectfully appeal to Your Excellency to use your good office to call Mr. Sunday Igboho, aka Igboho, to order and advise him to allow the constitutional established security agencies to handle criminal matters. Direct all stakeholders to maintain peace and refrain from taking the law into their own hands. To prevent breakdown of law and order, grant us audience on behalf of Fulani stakeholders and chiefs in Igboho Kingdom to meet with you and reaffirm our support for your administration. Your Excellency, Sir Seyi Makinde, we have witnessed the infrastructural development and people-oriented policies of your government. We pledge our loyalty and cooperation. Your Excellency, Fulani settlers in Oyo State are peace-loving and contribute economically to the state. Any individual Fulani or otherwise found capable of crime should be dealt with according to the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We thank you in advance for your prompt intervention. A stitch in time, they say, saves nine. May God bless you and Oyo State. Yours faithfully, Alhaji Ibrahim Abubakar, Chairman. Copy His Royal Majesty Olubadan of Ibadan. Copy to His Royal Majesty Alaafin of Oyo, His Royal Highness Alapeta of Igboho, the Commissioner for Police Oyo Command, the Director of DSS Oyo State, the Commandment NSCT Oyo State, the Executive Chairman Igboho, other relevant security as well. That is a petition against Chief Sunday Igboho by the Meyati Allah in Igboho town, representing all the Fulani, giving Seyi Makinde to call Igboho to order. This is our own response back on our press release. Please take note. Spokesperson to Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho respond to petition and recent remarks by Oyo State government. Our petition has been drawn to a petition purportedly written by the chairman of the Meyati Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, Oyo State Chapter, Alhaji Ibrahim Abubakar, GG, as well as his recent public remarks credited to the Executive Governor of Oyo State, His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde, concerning private security organizations operating within the state. As the official spokesperson to Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, I find it necessary to set the record straight. The people of Yoruba land and the general public, first, we categorically reject the allegations contained in the petition against that Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho threatened the Fulani community in Igboho Kingdom. These allegations are false, misleading, and do not accurately reflect what transpired. At no point has Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho declared war against any ethnic group or law-abiding resident of Oyo State. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho has constantly maintained that his advocacy is directly against criminality, including kidnapping, banditry, armed robbery, and other violent crimes that have affected communities across Yoruba land. His position has always been clear. Law-abiding citizens, regardless of ethnicity or religion, have nothing to fear. The people of Igboho, traditional rulers, community leaders, and numerous residents can attest to Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho's long-standing commitment to peace, justice, and protection of innocent lives. His actions have continued to receive the support of many within the affected communities because they see him as someone who has constantly spoken out against insecurity. We are, however, surprised that the Oyo State government appears to have reacted to the petition and recent public discussions without first inviting Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho or his representatives to present their own account. Fairness and principles of the natural justice require that all parties be heard before conclusions are reached on matters on public concern. We respectfully urge the government of Oyo State to remain impartial and to avoid relying solely on allegations that have not been independently established. Constructive engagement with all stakeholders is more likely to strengthen public confidence and promote lasting peace. Regarding the governor's statement that all community security groups must operate within the framework of the law, we wish to state that Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho has always emphasized respect for law and authority. Any community-based security initiative should work in accordance with applicable laws and in cooperation with the appropriate government and security institution. Our collective objective should be protection of lives and property, not the politicization of security concerns. The fight against criminality requires cooperation among government, security agency, traditional institutions, and local government. We therefore call on all residents of Oyo State to remain peaceful, refrain from spreading misinformation, and allow fact to guide public discourse. We also encourage the state government to continue engaging on all stakeholders in the interest of justice, security, and peaceful coexistence. Chief Sunday Adeyemo remains committed to peace, the rule of law, and the safety of every law-abiding resident of Yoruba land in Nigeria's southwest. Signed, OLAYOMI KOIKI, spokesperson to Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, +44750509797772026. Kí a tó parí ètò fáǹfààní àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó a ti wá rí pé àwọn Fúlàní tó wá settle down sílẹ̀ Yorùbá ní àwọn á máa petition Ìgbòho, kò ń ṣe lẹ́ni lọ́tí petition Ìgbòho, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ṣe nígbà Ìgàngàn. Wọ́n sọ fún engineer Ṣèyí Mákindé kó pe Ìgbòho sábẹ́ aṣọ o, pé kó jẹ́ káwọn Fúlàní tó ń jí wa gbé tó ń gba ransom kó lè máa ṣiṣẹ́ wọn lọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe o, nítorí pé iṣẹ́ tó fẹ́ wá ṣe wọ́n ì tí parí ẹ̀, Ìgbòho dẹ̀ ń dí wọn lọ́wọ́. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ wá rí bí a ṣe wá wà nínú wàhálà báyìí. Àmọ́ a dúpẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí Ìgbòho ṣe sọ, tèmi náà dẹ̀ fi òǹtẹ̀tẹ̀ pé mo dúpẹ́ fún President Bola Ahmed Tinubu tí kò jẹ́ kí Ìgbòho gbé lẹ́yìn odi o, tó bá jẹ́ pé Ìgbòho gbà lẹ́yìn odi intan sọ ìkọlà màmá sọ mẹ́wàá lànà ó ṣẹlẹ̀ á jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Mo dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nílé lóko, gbogbo ohun tí ẹ bá ń gbọ́ ní awuyewuye oríṣiríṣi tó ń lọ lórí social media lórí olóyè Ìgbòho, àwọn tó fẹ́ máa sọ ọ̀rọ̀ lórí Ìgbòho ní ti dáadáa, ọbẹ̀ Elédùmarè á wà pẹ̀lú yín. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ fi sọ ti dàkejì náà, olóyè ò bá ẹnìkankan jà, kò dẹ̀ wà sáré ẹnìkankan. Ihun tí olóyè sọ ni pé kí àwọn Fúlàní kó tọwọ́ wọn bọ aṣọ, nítorí pé òun ò ní wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kẹ́ jí wa gbé, kẹ́ pa wá níyàwó, kẹ́ bá wa sùn ní tipátipá káwọn èèyàn má lè lọ sóko. Tá a bá wo èrè oko tó fẹ́ jáde ní ọdún yìí báyìí, a rí pé ó máa lọ́lẹ̀ gan-an. Tá a bá wo èyí tó ń bọ̀ lọ́dún tó ń bọ̀, kọ́lọ̀ ń jẹ́ kí a tẹ̀ rí èrè oko kọ̀ọ̀kan kó rárá, nítorí pé àwọn Fúlàní wọ́n jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn wá dá oko gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe ń dá oko náà. Eléyìí ni olóyè ní kí n sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé ẹ má gbé rúmọ̀, ẹ má gbé tí ẹ gbọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìrù ẹkùn. It has come to stay. It will work in conjunction with the law of the country, and it will work for Yoruba people just as others that are already been established. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń tako ìwé ẹkùn ẹ̀kọ́ ń tako orí ara ni, nítorí pé olóyè ni ọba Elédùmarè tó fà sílẹ̀ ní sáà yìí. Àwa ò ní fi sílẹ̀ àdúró tì. Mo dẹ̀ sọ fún yín pé èmi ni the last man standing. Láìpẹ́ láì jìnà ẹ̀ tún máa rójú mi níta. Mo kí gbogbo ilé o, mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ, kọ́ba Elédùmarè kó bá mi fi ọ̀run kẹ́, kó foríjì níbi tó ń sùn sí, níbi ìtagbèsí ní London níbí báyìí, kó dúró ti gbogbo tó fi sílẹ̀, kó má dẹ́rù bà wá, kó máa fi ṣọ́ àtàbọ̀ ẹ̀, kó máa fi ṣọ́ wa. Ẹni tí Ọlọ́run bá fi sí lọ́kàn ẹ ràn iléeṣẹ́ yìí lọ́wọ́ kí a lè máa tẹ̀síwájú. Kò ń ṣe dandan o, kò dẹ̀ ń ṣòwò ìrù ẹkùn. Ìrù ẹkùn bá ti ṣe sọ ọ̀fẹ́ ló bá dé, kò ní fọ́ọ̀mù kankan nínú. Gbogbo ìtẹ̀dẹ̀ ń pè mí pé ẹnìkan ló fi jẹ kinní kan ní state, ẹnìkan ló fi jẹ kinní kan ní state. Ìntólóyè bá ti fẹ́ lèmi fẹ́ o. Èmi ò mọ̀ nípa èèyàn kan ṣe Yorùbá nation tẹ́lẹ̀ kí ló dé tó fi jẹ nǹkan báyìí. Ìntí olóyè bá ti sọ òun làṣẹ fi gùn. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn security personnel abẹ́ ìrù ẹkùn. Mo kí àwọn ìyá wa, ẹ̀yin grandma, mo kí gbogbo yín dáadáa. Èmi ọmọ yín náà ni, mo ti kúrò níbi tí mo wà, mo dúró débi tí a dúró sí. Mo kí bàbá wa Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè. No retreat, no surrender. Fúlàní ní jẹ́ tán, ó súnmọ́ bọ̀ ni, àìtí délẹ̀, àṣemọ̀bọ̀ bí ẹyẹ ni. Thank you so much. Mo kí ìyàwó mi, mo kí àwọn ọmọ Oòduà, mo kí gbogbo yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá fi darapọ̀ mọ́ ìrù ẹkùn ọ̀fẹ́ ni. Ó sì máa ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ iṣẹ́ tó lókàlùkù máa ṣe. A ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yẹn obìnrin tẹ́ bá wa darapọ̀ mọ́. Ẹ̀yin diaspora náà, ẹ̀yin náà máa darapọ̀ mọ́ ìrù ẹkùn, nítorí pé kí ni ọmọ Yorùbá ní gbogbo wa. Yorùbá nation ò kú o, ó wà níbi tó wà, ó ń tẹ̀síwájú. Ní àná wákàtí kan àtàbọ̀ ni èmi bàbá Akíntóyè àtàwa mélòó kan tá a lè máa dárúkọ la fi ń ṣèpàdé lọ. Ìpàdé ò dúró, ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá nation kò dẹ̀ ní tú, kò dẹ̀ ní fọ́ lórí ẹnì kankan ní wa. Thank you and God bless. Good night. Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Good night.